Oh, beautiful guitar work in this one. There's a strong jazz bass. This song. It's got a scary album cover.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dregs.
Dregs.
Reminds me of the movie The Living Dead, or Night of the Living Dead. If there was another movie like that, or the second part of that.
Which one, The Living Dead?
Very old movie. I think it was in the 70s. I was just a baby or child. I watched it in the 80s, one of them. Not sure. One of those initial horror movies, really.
Okay.
From Hollywood. But anyway, this wasn't scary at all. It was quite relaxing. It's something I would listen to on a cold winter's day, or while relaxing at home, or on a rainy day while it's pouring outside and I'm watching from the window, from the comforts of my window. This is something I would like to listen to. It would definitely make a good companion. But it's quite relaxing and mellow and nice. And definitely the drummer and the guitar player have the main contributions. But yeah, had a strong jazz foundation throughout. And I'm assuming that was the intention, to make a jazz composition from DIXIE DREGS. I'm not sure if this is a cover or take of someone else's composition, not sure at all. But it seems like I've heard this for the first time, but I've heard a lot of music and it's sometimes difficult to connect the dots. What are your thoughts on this?
I love the start. I loved it start to finish, but I love the start with the piano. The moment it started, I knew we were in for a treat, and then from there it just goes better and better and better. There was a moment with, I think, violin. That's what it sounded like. That stretch too was wonderful. I like the guitar bit. I felt DIXIE DREGS, they certainly are not very popular as big rock bands that come from the West, at least not in India. Most people may not know. Even avid music listeners of the West in India may not know who DIXIE DREGS are unless they solely, or specifically listen to them. But there is something about the way they make music. I'm not sure what exactly they didn't do right, because they make good music. They could be one of those people who could have focused more on non-branding. I mean, not branding themselves, but making music and good music, and that could have been their driving force. They also sound like those bands or outfits that like to make OSTs. I'm not sure if they actually did that, but a lot of this music that we were listening to, this music that is requested, Long Slow Distance, this could fit in many movies as short pieces.
Even TV shows.
Yeah, so I could literally think of when there were bits playing of the guitar and romantic. It sounded highly romantic at the same time. It could have been very well in 50 First Dates. I mean, one of the best romantic movies. The way it was going and the kind of feel it creates and things like that. So they definitely have that in them, creating great music without any reservations. And this could be literally used as OSTs in different things. It is that good. But I don't know what they were doing, or whether they have already been there, and I don't know. So either of the two.